the ass and the load of salt. Once upon a time, a merchant and his donkey, named Dusty, were traveling home from the seashore. Dusty was carrying a huge, heavy load of salt on his back. The sun was blazing hot, and Dusty's legs felt like jelly. But he trudged along anyway, his hoofs clopping against the dusty path. Soon, they reached a shallow river they had crossed many times before. Dusty stepped into the cool water, feeling a little better. But, oops, he slipped and splashed down with a mighty flop. Water went everywhere. When the merchant finally helped Dusty back on his feet, something amazing happened. The heavy load felt so much lighter. The salt had melted away in the water. Dusty trotted the rest of the way home feeling like he had wings instead of legs. The next day, the merchant loaded Dusty with more salt and off they went. But Dusty had a sneaky plan this time. When they reached the river, he pretended to slip and, splash, down he went into the water again. When Dusty stood up, the load was light as a feather. "This is great," Dusty thought, chuckling to himself. But the merchant was not amused. He knew exactly what Dusty was up to. So, the next day, he loaded Dusty with something very different, 2 huge baskets of soft, squishy sponges. Dusty eyed them curiously but shrugged. A load was a load, right? As they reached the river, Dusty grinned to himself and accidentally flopped into the water, expecting his trick to work again. But oh no! The sponges soaked up the water like crazy, and Dusty's load became 10 times heavier. He struggled and stumbled the entire way home, puffing and panting. Dusty learned his lesson: tricks don't always work, and some plans can backfire, big time. Moral: the same trick doesn't work in every situation. Sometimes you have to be smart, not sneaky.